Domestic order? Huh?
Nothing sticky. People want.
We live or push it if you can share the show, please.
Huh? What is it?
I'm saying we are live if you can share the show, please too. Let me see.
Situation in Kanta, the hospital, what the hospital in the story, Metal Hospital, Kanta Metal Hospital shut down.
You know number one covenant.
Preserve
Preserving other way in Zagreb.
Maybe I didn't even mention it.
Put it in my pocket. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Liberia, wherever you are. It is a pleasure to be here again with another edition of your most favorite breakfast program from ODS Congo Town in Monrovia, Liberia. A pleasant good morning and welcome to the Today Show right here on Spawn FM 107.5, Spawn TV Live. We're also coming to you live on Support TV. So wherever you are and whatever you are doing, keep your dial set because it promises to be very, very interesting this morning. My name is Yekezi Zubel. And of course, I hope to be joined by Diamond Slanger on the show this morning. My colleague Emmanuel David is already pretty seated right here in studio. He is black and white long sleeve shirt. Okay, so Emmanuel, good morning and welcome to the show.
Yes, good morning, Legacy, and good morning, Anna. Good morning.
Okay,
Yeah, I think we'll have to do a little adjustment because I'm not getting myself. Okay, this is it.
okay, you are
So I'd like
much
to
better
say
now.
good morning to our audience. It's a blessing to be here this morning. Breathing this morning is God's doing, so we have to be grateful, show some level of gratitude. This morning we're here again with another edition of the program, the Today Show on Spoon Radio and Spoon TV Live as well. So the opportunity is yours, our audience, to keep following and keep listening. Good morning. So
Okay.
how was your weekend? How was your night?
Yeah, my weekend was good. My weekend was so splendid. It was just a very busy weekend for me, doing a lot of other things, not official. Yeah, but domestic affairs. Yeah,
I
but
know.
the weekend was very splendid. And I'd like to say good morning to all of you watching this morning live on Spawn TV. Let's recognize some of those commenting in our comment section this morning. So Wilfred Silma says he's watching from Central Monrovia. Wilfred, thanks for following. Yasa Williams says, good morning. Yasa, good morning and welcome to the show. Phillips Yonli is watching my own. Uh, yeah, so there's a rectification here. There's a rectification I have to make. Damas Langoste, yeah. All right. So yeah, Davis, thank you for that observation. Let me just
You just look like me.
yeah, let me just do that rectification. Yeah, I think it's okay now.
So you're
So
going to see what you know where I'm
yeah, okay. So yours has my name as well.
at.
Okay.
You're going to see what Junior right
So
there. Junior boy.
Emmanuel David. Okay. Yeah. So folks in Radio Land with Becca Pata, those watching live on the TV know what's going on. But we are just trying to swap the names here on the TV. Yeah, okay. I think it's okay. But folks, good morning and welcome. And we are here straight up to 10 o'clock. Testimony Favored is watching from Pennsylvania, USA, and she says, good morning. Alexis W. Jones is also watching. Umana Odosin is watching from 15th Gate. Thanks for following the show this morning. Bei Bala is also watching from Dupwood Road, Zubatam, a former residence. Thomas Tukolon is watching from Jacob Town, Noon Star Station. Joseph Sako is following from Morocco. Wilfred is following from Central Monrovia. Yasa Williams, and the rest of you watching us this morning. Thomas H. Muna Senior is following the show from South Dakota. Thanks for following. Okay, Aaron Talu. Yeah, my own good friend and brother is watching the show this morning. Hope you're having a wonderful time. Aaron Thomas, H. Muna Senior, good morning. And good morning to all of you listening to the show. Good morning to all of you watching the show. A lot of happiness in the country we will be delving into this morning. But just before that, we have to go into other formalities of the show. First, they will bring you the weather forecast, the exchange rates on the CBL's website, and of course, the Spoon 107 Mega Daily Cash Splash is on. It's a radio game or a raffle draw, and it draws up to 20 winners on the show every morning. So all you need to do is to dial the playing code star 799 hatch, star 799 hatch, select number 3 for Spoon FM. And once you select number 3, you choose how to pay the playing fee, and you're going to be paying the fee via your mobile money account, via your airtime. That is, you can go and buy the recharge card and then activate it on your non star cell SIM card, and then you play it through your airtime. So once you pay the playing fee, which is just 70 cents or 100 Liberian dollars, you get automatically into the draw, and you stand a chance to win 2,500 Liberian dollars, and 20 persons will be walking away with 2,500 Liberian dollars this morning. It's only for those residing in Liberia. For those of you watching us from abroad, I'm sorry, this is not for you. Yeah. So, folks, that's it this morning. Keep on playing the Spool 1075 Mega Daily Cash Splash is on until 9:55 this morning. So you can play anytime in between. So let's quickly bring you the weather forecast from weatheratlas.com. Today in Monrovia, rainy weather and thunderstorms are expected in the morning. And I heard, a drizzle of rainfall over Mazing this morning. Yeah, it wasn't that heavy. Yep, but I
I
heard.
had experience on that weather.
Yeah, the weather is cloudy. The weather is cloudy right now as we speak. The weather is still cloudy. But according to weather forecast, that's weatheratlas.com. The weather forecast for Monrovia today is rainy weather and thunderstorms are anticipated. And minimal precipitation is expected. Slight temperature shifts from a high of a hot 30 degrees Celsius and 86 degrees Fahrenheit to a low of a warm 26 degrees Celsius and 78.8 degrees Fahrenheit are predicted for today. And the sun rose this morning at 6:58, and the sun will set at 6:55 later on. The daylight will last for 11 hours and 57 minutes. That's the weather forecast there for you. And quickly, let's bring to the daily exchange rates. And the rates just increasing, not on the central bank's website, but outside there. You go out there, people are now exchanging money for 192, 193, some people 190, 191. And people are just, arbitrarily increasing the rate or of setting the rate out there. Yeah, which is a bad thing. And I think the central bank has got to do more when it comes to regulation or monitoring the rates, ensuring that the folks out there abide by what is on their website. But folks, according to the CBS website, the latest exchange rate for the buying rate is 189 Liberian dollars to one USD, and the selling rate is 191 Liberian dollars to one USD. That's according to the CBS website this morning. All right. So this morning expect a very, very huge traffic congestion in Monrovia.
Because it is Monday.
It's Monday. It's Monday.
Everybody hits Monday.
Yeah, everybody's. Yeah, I know that song. Everybody's going to work this morning. A lot of people, going to work. So usually Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays there can be huge traffic congestion, but especially Monday, the traffic congestion can be very, very tense. Like as early as 7 o'clock this morning, I saw huge traffic congestion right along the ministerial complex route here. So it tells you that there's going to be more and more and more, traffic congestion at the various traffic congestion hotspots in Monrovia. So if you're passing through the various basic market areas in Monrovia, expect traffic congestion. Those of you heading to town, expect huge traffic congestion along major routes, the ministerial complex area, somewhere around the ERW junction. Those of you using the back road also expect traffic congestion while approaching the principal street of Monrovia. And going further, the Catholic Junction is going to be a traffic congestion hotspot. The Vamama Junction will also be a traffic congestion hotspot. But just before reaching the Vamama Junction, there's going to be a slow movement of the traffic beginning at the car watch area, or even at the New Star Cell headquarters there opposite the Congress, the Coalition for Democratic Change headquarters. And going further to town, the 20th Street area is going to be another traffic congestion hotspot because that's one of the few areas in the country that we have the street light. Yeah, so because of the street light, you're going to have some traffic congestion there. But I don't know what a street light still over there because I want a street light. I want a street light and a Christmas light. It's going to go over. Yeah. Okay.
And besides, I think around 4th Street, 4th Street, we have street lights.
Okay.
I'm not
12th Street, no. The last time I went to town, I didn't see street light at the 12th. All our street lights down, man. All of our street lights.
And talking about traffic around the EW Junction area, you there's a little progress been made. I'm talking about the road constructed.
The ERW Junction?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a great progress that has been made. I used to pass through that route every morning to come to work, but I don't pass there anymore because of change of location. So Like
Yeah.
for
So
for a couple of days, I don't know what has been going on,
yes.
but for the last time I passed there, there was this asphalt pavement
Yes. Certainly. Certainly.
going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, asphalt the asphalt pavement of
Definitely
the
is
road
going on.
there is going on, and I like how the guys are speeding up,
East
speeding up.
East Indonesia
Uh,
is doing tremendous. Those
yeah,
are
they
right
are they
there
are
after
they
that.
are doing pretty well, and for God's sake,
Yeah.
I mean, those that are selling, not only those that are selling, those that are passing through that route to go to town. Hmm? Y'all can see clear line demarcations. Don't pass at this particular location. But yet, then still some people will either cut the line to pass, or some people will bend down under the line and pass and go just to the same area they told them not to pass. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
So as a result, like in the evening hours, all of the business people they get count.
Yes, sir. We're on the
Yeah,
main road.
right at the junction where the road work is going on.
On the main road, yeah.
And in the morning when you pass in there, oh, the plastic bags are being too much on the road. An area that is being, constructed.
And that is
So
wrong.
simple instruction we get about by it. Yeah, simple instruction. And it is bad. It is bad. Give the people chance, let them, carry out the construction of the road. That place is for you. That is if this government allows you, because there are currently some rigid measures being taken against street vendors in central Monrovia. I don't know whether that will be extended to Painesville if
It will.
you,
It
you
will.
you know
It
it
will.
has a new city mayor.
Mm.
So I mean that place is for you. So just be a little bit patient. Let the people construct the road, and it's also for your own safety, because those people are using earth moving machines over there, heavy machines. Anything can happen anytime. So I mean it's also good for your own safety. Please. Folks, that's it this morning on the show. You're listening to the Today Show. Like I said, we'll be joined by Diamond Slang on the show here later on this morning. It's now 8:24. We'll take a very short break, and we'll come back. We've got some very, very interesting trending happenings to bring to your attention. So don't go away. It's going to be interactive. We're going to open the lines later on so that you call in and make your input towards the program. So let's take this breather to be back. Today, rest pressure will be increasing. In fact, not increasing, but decreasing.
You have sufficient information on it.
Uh, okay, the pleasant welcome back. You are listening to the Today Show right here on your favorite dial. With me, Yekezi Zobel, and of course, I'm here with my colleague, Emmanuel David. So, I like to, I like us, start up like this with the trending issue. I want us to look at the mining sector a little bit, because there are a lot of malfeasances that are currently happening in our mining sector. And that is a very key sector that, if invested into, can kind of boost our economy, can improve our economy, can provide jobs for a lot and a lot of Liberians. So to have this sector, the wrong people in the sector not going by the laws, and you even have people at the helm of the sector there at the Ministry of Mines and Energy, doing things not in the interest of Liberians, but rather in their own interest. It is mind-boggling. All right. So right after his election as president of Liberia, Ambassador Joseph Boakai promised that his administration would take a close look at mining concessions to be able to ensure that those concessions don't benefit just a group of people in the country, or that it doesn't benefit the elite, or that it doesn't benefit those there at the helm of the Ministry of Mines and Energy, but rather so that it can benefit Liberians. And he said this because he believes that Liberians have not benefited from the mining sector, in spite of the rich mineral reserves that we have in this country. We have gold, we have diamonds, we got timbers, and a lot of mineral resources in this country that the country should be benefiting from, but it's not benefited from as expected. So if you can record, recently it was reported in the media that a Chinese businessman called Gao Feng, he's commonly known as Barry, he has been kind of maneuvering his way into the Liberian mining sector. And he's been allegedly bribing his way to secure several areas for his mining activities. And his action has reportedly robbed the country of valued mineral resources that could kind of improve the living condition or the living standard of a lot of citizens in this country. And so our newsroom has some cogent information in its possession that reveals that this Chinese businessman, Gao Feng, has had a kind of great deal of influence over some folks at the Ministry of Mines and Energy under the regime of President George Weah. Yeah, that he had this influence over some of the top guys there at the Ministry of Mines and Energy under the regime of President George Weah. And that this man has allegedly been bribing several individuals at the Ministry of Mines and Energy, and to a certain extent, causing officials of the ministry to do things that infringe on the rights of other miners only to satisfy his interest. And according to information we have in our possession, this Gao Feng guy owns and operates a mining company called the Urban and Rural Services Incorporated. And this company is carrying out mining activities in 5 counties, including Grand Cape Mount, Grand Jide, Bapolu, Lofa, and Bon counties. So he reportedly has over 50 excavators and 25 washing plants, but he does not have the proper licenses to legally operate in the country. And information revealed to our newsroom has it that this Chinese businessman dubiously obtained 2 prospecting licenses, and that he allegedly paid a shocking US $350,000 to some officials of the Ministry of Mines and Energy to get this. And these licenses, he allegedly dubiously paid for, are said to have overlapped the active exploration license of another company that is called Neo Global Mines and Minerals Incorporated. And this mining company is there in Bella Yala Mining District, all the way there in Bapuru County. And Neo Global obtained a license on October 31, 2022 to operate in that particular area until 2025. But because of the alleged huge bribery of US $350,000 from Gao Feng, the Chinese businessman, some officials of the Ministry of Mines and Energy decided to cancel the valid and legitimate license of Neo Global Mines and Minerals Incorporated and illegally issued the Chinese gas company a license to operate in the same area. So I mean, it's just like, I lease your house for 3 years. All right. And then after inhabiting there for 1 year, while I still having 2 more years to be there, you went, and you brought an unknown person in the house. You lease a house to unknown persons. I lease your house for 3 years. I've only spent 1 year there. Eh? Then balance 2 years, right? Yeah. My 2 years then elapse or expire, but then you went and you lease that same house I in. I let living inside the house. My time there is still valid, and then when you lease a house to another person. So that is what was allegedly done. So this is what happened has been happening at the Ministry of Mines and Energy under the regime of the former president. And those assistant and deputy ministers who offered that license know that it is a breach of the Mineral and Mining Act of 2000. And that act prohibits the issuance of a license for an area which already has a valid mining license. All right. So the Mines and Energy Ministry was in a deliberate and belly-driven error due to the fact that Neo Global Mines and Minerals Incorporated already had a valid license that runs from October 31st, 2022 up to 2025. So they were in error having that valid license and then giving up that same mining spot to another person because the person bribed their way through. And according to a reliable source from the Ministry of Mines, all the former ministers at the Ministry of Mines and Energy under President Weah regime were operating under instructions of this Chinese businessman because of the huge amounts of money he reportedly gave them. And so they conceal all of this, clandestine deals. But we are told that this man has used leverage to build an illegal mining empire in the country that mines approximately US 50 million worth of gold on a monthly basis. Yeah. We are told that this man allegedly has leverage to build an illegal mining empire in the country that mines approximately US 50 million worth of gold on a monthly basis. But folks, we will keep investigating this matter until more facts are unveiled to you. And another report, and for this, I hope we can call our correspondent there in Bapalo County, is Solomon Tipler, right? Yeah, to ascertain it. So another report about this Chinese national that was thorough investigation has to do with the alleged drowning of a board in Bapalo at one of his mining sites. But we are understanding that information about the board's death was hidden again from the public through, his financial influence in order not to paint him black, he and his company. But it's a report that we have to, verify. Yep. So the new Mines and Energy Minister has a lot of tasks. He has a lot of work. It's Women P, right? And I understand that today will be his public hearing. Yeah. So the new Mines and Energy Minister, Women P, he has a lot of tasks. And Women P is somebody who has portrayed himself in the public to be a very, very principle-minded person, very, very straightforward person. Yeah, that's how he's portrayed himself over the years, and everybody who knows Women P respects him for that. for being, straightforward and a principle-minded person. So taking over the Ministry of Mines and Energy, we do expect that he's going to make a lot of corrections. We do expect that he's going to transform the entire, mines and energy sector of the country, not to benefit a few group of people or the elite, but rather to benefit the poor man down there, because the uh, mineral reserve we have in this country is not, it shouldn't be only for one person. Yeah, the minerals, the resources we got in the country, it shouldn't be for one. A few group of people should not sit over it and benefit from it. Few group of people should not.
So, yeah, I guess he.
Yeah, you.
Yes, just as far as a view on the issue of the mining sector. Well, first and foremost, there have been a lot of hullabaloo around this issue of people, uh, concession agreement, mining, and other things. But first and foremost, we have to establish the fact what is it people are always disrespecting those concession agreements, and what is it that it is going the way it is going. Uh, Assuming but not admitting, in my mind, I think it has to do with some influence of some key stakeholders,
Of course,
big
of course,
stakeholders
of course,
that are influencing the process.
of course. That's what's happening.
And these are the from the issue of the big concession to those who are entering the country from those various porous points, illegally mining and taking minerals from our country. Uh, Government need to put our feet down, strong, take some strong action, as the president stated initially that if there are going to be some revisiting of some of those concession or some concession agreements, that would be very paramount enough, because you cannot have a country that has a lot of resources, minerals, and then the people are living in a destitute condition, which of course Liberia is. And then you have concession agreements coming up, but those companies, they are not living up to the concession agreements.
They are not living up to the agreements.
For an example, look at Western Cluster. Look at how tons of iron ores have been taken from from Bombing County, and look at how Bombing Road is. Look at how Bombing Road is, and it is all because of the heavy trucks that are applying that route, taking Western Cluster iron ores from Bombing County to the Freeport of Monrovia, and it is enriching the lives of commuters, those who are usually applying that route. And I'm a living example. I've experienced it in before when we had this issue about when we were doing doing the time of the campaign, we paid a visit there, and I saw how the driver drive on that road. It is bad. You can see government need to take siege of this matter. You cannot have a country with a lot of resources and your people are living the
people are living in abject poverty. You got concession companies coming in the country. They taking away, the mineral resources of the country, but you cannot see a positive trickle down effect,
anything at all.
On the lives or in the lives of those that are residing, the citizens of the country. You don't see that. But you only see those minerals being taken, exported or sent out of the country. And I mean, the folks, the miners are making good money out of it. But who to blame is our government.
Sure enough.
Is our government.
These are the people who are called with the responsibility.
In this particular case that has to do with the Chinese businessman. So you think, who are those that this man has influence over there at the Ministry of Mines and Energy.
Yeah,
Just some big hands, some ministers there within the ministry, you know, who are belly driven, who are not patriotic. They don't love their country, because if you love your country, you always put the interests of your country first. So, why it's true that every man needs money to survive. All right, you need money to, you know, to live, to be able to buy food and do other things for, you know, your personal progress. But at least you should get that money honorably.
Yeah.
You should not get the money the other way around, that, you know, the vast majority of Liberians at the end of the day will suffer, because that is exactly what's happening at the ministry. Yeah. The folks, they allegedly accepted 350 USD bribes. 350 USD bribe. You know, just to allow this man to, you know, illegal, because it's illegal, because you already had another company.
Yeah, it's illegal.
You already had another company operating. You have already licensed another company to operate in the area. The Neo Global Mines and Minerals Incorporated. You already licensed them to operate in the area. And they had 3 years to operate there. And then just after 1 year, somebody walks up to you, because the person is potent financially, they bribe you, and then mindlessly, not taking into consideration that you have already licensed another person and another company is already operating in the area. All right? You took the bribe, and then you offer this man another license to go and operate in the same area that you have previously accepted money for, that another person is operating within, knowing fully well it is a violation of your own, you know, mineral laws of the country. It's a violation. It's a breach of the Mineral and Mining Act of 2000, a complete breach. But you do that deliberately because you stand to benefit something personally, but the country does not stand to benefit. Who knows what were contained within that agreement with that Chinese businessman? Was it even in the interest of the Liberian people? I mean, just from this alleged action, you clearly see that, you know, the folks there were not in the interest of the Liberian people. So they wouldn't even care. They wouldn't even care whether the agreement between they and the Chinese man, you know, is in the interest of the Liberian people. They wouldn't even care. The mayor has already bribed them. The mayor has already bribed his way through. So it's like this man will be dictating to them now. Instead of them sitting down and dictating to the man and putting the man, you know, on the right path, what to do and what not to do, they have sold their integrity, they have sold their credibility to the man.
To enrich one man.
To enrich themselves, not just the man, to enrich themselves and also enriching that man.
Look at how much mineral or gold that the miner take every monthly. Under 50 million, right? You read it there.
Yeah.
50 million.
50 million.
Imagine monthly, 50 million.
50 million.
50 million. So in a year time, just do your calculation, do your mathematics.
Yeah.
And see how much dollar that man
is
going to be walking away with.
So we are told that this man, this Chinese businessman, has used his influence, his leverage to build an illegal money empire in the country. And that particular company mines approximately US 50 million worth of gold on a monthly basis. 50 million
it is approximately, probably it will
of gold on a monthly basis. on an annual basis, you know how much worth of gold that man will be taking out outside the country. While we sitting there, our people living in
And the
abject poverty,
inhabitants of that
the
particular
inhabitants of
area,
that particular area
yeah,
suffering. Can you imagine?
sitting
And
at
like I
home.
said, there was this report. There was this report that in Buffalo County, at this particular Chinese businessman business one of his mining pits there in Buffalo County was just left open, and a ball mistakenly fell into it and reportedly died in the process. And this information has been concealed. So we hope to call Solomon Tipler later on the show to tell us about this, whether he even heard about it, because the information that I got, it was from a reliable source, and the source told me that it's not something a lot of people know about there in Buffalo County. This man used his financial influence over the family. Yeah, gave the family a huge sum of money to hide a son that for the public not to know. But like I said, Woodmont Pay. I was told that his public hearing will be today. He has a huge task, an enormous task to undertake there at the Ministry of Mines and Energy. And I do trust his ability to transform the energy sector, the mines and energy sector of this country. I do trust his ability because he's always portrayed himself to be a man of integrity and a straightforward, principle-minded person. So I hope he be confirmed by the Liberian Senate and takes over that ministry to be able to change some things there. If he gets there and tend to do the same thing the old people were doing, then of course we'll sit here on the same platform to criticize and condemn him. But the mining sector in this country should be a vibrant sector, should be a sector where a lot of Liberians will benefit from that will create jobs. But it is not doing so. Look at our young people out there going to the various community in the morning, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. All right? You expect young people, to be busy doing certain things, but they're all sitting down in tea shops. They're all sitting down somewhere, just having unnecessary discussion on politics and on sports. Something that will not benefit them.
Potential young guys.
Potential individuals. Why? Because they are not doing that because, they're less busy. You see, for me, soon morning I wake up, I come to work.
I wake up 5 o'clock in the morning.
5 o'clock in the morning. I wake up, I get ready, I come to work. But if I didn't have work to do, we're all gonna be in the community where they'll be causing us unnecessary noise. We'll be following sports skinny. And I said it now. My man, I used to follow sports.
No, I can still follow sports.
I used to my man, I can still follow sports. But I was so addicted to sports that a single game couldn't pass by me. A single game. I used to watch almost all of the games, major games in La Liga, all of the major games in Premier League. I used to watch them. Why? Because I was less busy at the time. But these days, guess what? I can go online to see results. When my team, when Barcelona is playing, I'll go online to see results. When major teams are playing, when Real Madrid is playing, I go online to see results. I go online to check the various tables of the various leagues. That's what I go online to do. I don't go again to sit down and be arguing unnecessarily. Why? Because I'm busy. But our brothers and sisters out there, they are doing what they are doing because they are less busy. There's no job. Unemployment is on increase.
So,
but you have a sector that should be creating more jobs for them.
And that is
being misused.
One of the
not being regulated properly.
One of the paramount how you call it stuff of this entire mining sector is to create job, infrastructure development. That is paramount reasons of having those big concession agreements. But the issue of having those big concession agreement nowadays in Liberia is just to reach few individuals and now meeting up with the sole intent of having concession agreement because you cannot tell me that you will sell those big concession agreement and your people are still living in destitution. They are still living in a type of poor and low level life. What those who are mining, taking the resources they are living a better life, they are carrying it out of the country, making huge sum of money, and that is just wrong. Uh, let us spell speak. It is just wrong. Sometimes we need to our officials need to sit down and rethink their decision, rethink that decision. And now I think it's on the shoulder of this government to ensure that the right thing be done to show. Or else we will continue to sing this song over and over and over and over again. You will still sign concession agreement and the people will violate the law. People will still have interest, use their influence to enrich themselves and their partners. And which of course is contributing negatively to our country.
Sure.
Negatively.
Okay, folks. So if you just joined us, you are listening to the Today Show right here on Spoon 107.5, Super 95.5. We're also coming to you live on Spoon TV and Super TV Live. My name is Yekezi Zobel. I'm here alongside Emmanuel David, and together we driving through until 10 o'clock. We hope to be joined by Damas Slango later on the show. But there is a good news. It's too bad. Yeah, I slept on a car last night, but my phone got me going. Yeah, but folks, is a good news. The Ministry of Commerce, currently headed by Amin Modad, the former party chairman of the Unity Party, held meeting with importers of rice in the country. You know, it was one commitment that Ambassador Joseph Yuma Boaka made, one promise that he made, that if he becomes president, he's going to assess, you know, the importation of rice in this country, to see whether there's a possibility of reducing the price of rice. Because mind you, rice is staple food in Liberia. Like for me, if I don't eat rice a day, it's like I haven't eaten. Yeah. If I don't eat, yeah, quite frankly, if I eat rice a day, I mean I haven't eaten. Yeah, to be frank, let me be frank. I can go and eat all the other food stuff.
I mean, you need buying. So
yeah, I can even GB, my man. Even I go as all the GB, I eat rice. I mean, I eat it. Oh, like seriously. You know, so to tell you how we are so accustomed to eating rice in this country, and not only me, a lot of people out there feel the same way.
Yeah, me too.
Me too. Yeah. So we are so accustomed to eating rice that you know, we get time for balanced diet again. Yeah, we get time to balance our diet because of rice. Because now you balancing diet, you still gotta eat rice before you eat.
It's small, like 2%. Yeah.
You still gotta eat rice. You still gotta eat rice before you be satisfied. And the price of rice over the years, you know, has been increasing from one price to another price, and a lot of Liberians have complained about, you know, the price of rice. But again, it's something that is very difficult to deal with because unfortunately in this country, we are not able to feed ourselves.
Yeah.
We are not able to feed ourselves, even though we have all of the fertile soil in the country. We have the best of forests, the tropical rainforests, and everything. We have a very good climatic condition, the rainy and the dry season, unlike other countries, my man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, unlike Egypt, the people,
Not in Africa.
Yeah, the people barely have rainfall. Some countries over decades they don't have rainfall. For decades they don't have rainfall. But here in Liberia, we got regular rainfall.
Regular.
But to plant rice in the country for ourselves is a problem. So because of that, we have to be We have to depend on importation of rice into this country for consumption. And once you import the rice, you expect, import duties to be levied or tariffs to be levied on the rice. So today, I expect the information out there. The price of rice will be reducing by a few cents.
Mhm.
I know somebody will say it's not a significant reduction, but I think it is because the previous price was $17,
Mhm.
17 USD. All right, so it's going to be it will reduce by 16. It's going to drop from $17 to $16.75. All right, so it's
At least I
so
think
25 cents reduction
I
right there.
goes by they'll have a little reduction as well.
Yeah, so
So
it's something that I believe
it's just the
is
first
a
step.
bit.
It's just the first step.
Yeah, is a gradual process, but again, it's also a difficult process to do. It's a difficult thing to do, especially when we get control over the production of rice. We get control over it. It's just that I was stomach in another person's hand.
Yeah.
That they don't want controlling it. So the price of rice will reduce beginning today. You're going to see a little bit of decrease in the price of rice, just a little bit,
I
a
think
little bit of decrease.
that is a good news because rices are stable and having a little reduction in the price it means well. And I think the government needs to start to find a sustainable plan in having rice on the market consistently and having it at affordable price that people will be able to afford because in this country here, we kill president for rice business. We did a whole lot of things for rice business. Up to for now up to now, we still have an issue with rice business. In my mind, I don't think it's playing well. This issue should be something that is going to be a bridge on water or over water, something like that. So we need to have a sustainable plan to have this issue of rice at a level that we shouldn't be thinking about rice because we have a fertile soil, as we said initially. We have the good weather to have us growing rice here. So there is not an excuse to be having on our table. We should find a way. If there is a plan or projection to have this resolved, government need to see into it that it be resolved, not be going back and forth with this issue of rice business.
Yeah, sure. So, folks, Diamond has just joined us, but we will go to the lines and take a few calls before joining him. Call us on 0777 771 077 771 075 Call and have to say on our various discussions we've held here this morning. We will talk about other issues here later on the show, like that was this issue, that people are running with on the social media that Joseph Boaka said and blah blah blah. We will talk about that. But just before we join Diamond, let's take a few minutes of calls. 0777 771 077 771 075 So call us and have to say what have you got to say about the decrease in rice beginning today, and the issue that we've talked about relative to the mining sector of the country. Let's talk to this first person. Good morning, your name and where you join us from. Good morning. Let's hear you. Your name and where you join us from. Okay, let's hear you. Please walk away from your radio. Walk away from your radio or you lower the volume.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
be a mountain. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much for calling. 0777. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's talk to this person. Good morning, your name and where you join us from. Let's hear you. Hmm. Okay.
Mhm.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's talk to this person. Good morning, your name and where you join us from. Yeah,
Turn off.
it's on. It's on from now till 9:55. So you can play 0777 055510105. Good morning, your name and where you join us from. Good morning. Let's hear you. Okay, so somebody on the live stream is saying that they are not getting the callers.
Yes,
Yes,
yes, go
go
on.
ahead.
Go
Go
on.
ahead. Okay. Thank you, thank you, folks. It seems we have a technical problem because our
Yes.
viewers are saying they are
They're
not
not hearing the
hearing the
call.
callers. So far we're going to stop the intake of calls
Yeah.
to take a break. We will come back. Damon will be here to drive us through to the end of the show. So you're listening to the Today Show on Spoon 107.5. My name is Yekazi. Emmanuel David is here, and keep on playing the Spoon 107.5 Mega Daily Cash Splash. It's a radio game or a raffle draw, and it draws up to 20 winners every morning on this show, and each winner walks away with 2,500 Liberian dollars. So to form part of the draw, all you need to do is to dial the playing code, which is *799#. Once you dial *799#, you're going to see a list of radio stations. The Spoon FM is at number 3. After selecting Spoon FM, the next thing you want to do is to choose how to pay the playing fee, and the playing fee is just 70 cents USD or 100 LD. So you either pay through your mobile money account or your airtime. That is, you have to go and buy the recharge card and activate it on your SIM card, only your New Star Cell SIM card, and then play via your airtime. And once you do that, you automatically get into the draw and you stand a chance to win 2,500 at 9:55 this morning. But let's take this quick break to be back with you.
Can I go to the countess? Can I go to the countess?
Hmm?
Can I go to the countess?
Not yet.
Yes, man.
No, sit down, sit down, sit down.
Wait a minute.
Hmm?
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
No,
Yeah.
continue, show. Continue, show.
I know it's that you was in here in the colors. So,
No, I have to go and check the boy. The Magan can wait down.
no.
You can try to see something?
You can come with that. I said you want to spoil it.
See something?
You can come with them.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Mm-hmm. What is one?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Oh. Tu tell the guy now, come and start calling him.
Carefully.
Mm-hmm. And I just like took my cable from here. Yeah. You want to talk about the meeting between the president and Prince Johnson? Okay. You want to talk about the president giving JKK the opportunity to travel around and represent Liberia? What kind of vice president so far from the onset? He's not a packer.
So like there's two funny issues to talk about.
Money something.
The rice.
Okay. I'm gonna ask the men who all get leading so I can call them because I see why the audio wasn't going through. You changed it. Okay, folks, time check here in Liberia is 11 minutes down 9 a.m. You welcome back to the Today Show here on the Spoon Network. My name is Diamond Slanger. I'm here with Yekezi Zugbe as well as Emmanuel Parlin David. Thank you so much for giving us feedbacks as we were doing some technical adjustments here in the studio. To Jeremiah Gifler, he's asking if the conversation was for the viewers. We're trying to see whether or not we had a leaking mic, and that has been sorted out. So thank you so much for the feedbacks. If the audio quality is great, just leave a comment, as George Success Bombo has commented that is good now. Please just leave a comment, and so we can know that our technical adjustments here have been done properly. This is the show that brings it all to you in the morning. This is your one-stop shop for your breakfast. Yekezi, people playing the radio game as well.
Yes, of course. Of course. Keep on playing the radio game, and all you need to do, you dial the playing code *799# *799# select number 3 for Spoon FM. You also want to choose how to pay the play fee, either through your mobile money account or through your airtime. And once you do that, you get into the draw automatically, and you stand a chance to win 2,500 Liberian dollars at 9:55 when we'll be drawing the winners. So keep on playing until 9:55.
The number again to play the code.
The code is *799#.
And how much do you have to play to be able to win 2,500 Liberian dollars?
All you need to have in your phone is 100 Liberian dollars, 200, 300. That is if you want to play multiple times. But the playing fee is just 100 Liberian dollars or 70 cents USD. That's all you need to have in your phone to play. And once you do that, you of course stand a chance to win 2,500. And I don't want people calling me at the end of the show and asking, "Oh, I played but I don't win." I always say it's a rapper draw. So a rapper draw, you're not supposed to win. Lucky ticket in simple mention. Yeah, lucky ticket. Yeah, but there's a high chance of you winning because 20 winners will be drawn here this morning.
Okay, so there is a higher probability of you winning. The more you play, the better your chances of winning as well. So we'll be cutting across Liberia to speak to our county correspondents to know what's happening across the country. We begin from Grand Bassa County this morning, where King Brown is our correspondent in that county. From Grand Bassa, we'll make our way to Nimba, Bapolu, and the rest of the counties as we can get our correspondents on the line to speak with us this morning. Updates from across Liberia right here on the Today Show. We'll go into Grand Bassa County, Bezon, to bring on King Brown, who's already set and ready to bring us the latest from Grand Bassa. Good morning, King. How are you?
It's good this morning to be on the Spoon Network from Grand Bassa County.
How is Grand Bassa?
Well, Grand Bassa County is relatively cool to count this morning for weather things. I've not heard any bad news or disturbing news through the principal streets of Buchanan or any part of Grand Bassa County. So from what I said this morning, Grand Bassa is cool to count, and we're experiencing a very good sunshine here this morning.
That's a complete contrast to what we're experiencing here in some parts of Monserrado this morning. It's a bit cloudy, drizzles of rain as well, but we need the breeze, don't we? It's been very hot and humid here in Monserrado. But what's the latest coming out of Grand Bassa County, sir?
Well, the first development here coming out of Grand Bassa County over the weekend, the staff and faculties of the Grand Bassa University staged a go-slow action against the administration of the university on grounds that there has been several missteps since Dr. Samuel Muwar, the president of the Grand Bassa University, got appointed at that position. And some of the things that they said that led to their protest action, according to Robert Elliott, who was chosen on behalf of the group to become their spokesman. He said that Dr. Samuel Muwar, since he acceded to the position, the university has deteriorated under his administration. He also talked about how under Dr. Muwar leadership, there has been no instructional materials for administrator for instructors to teach. There has been no monitoring system in place. There has been no way of tracking teachers who are not doing well at the university. He also made mention about how Dr. Muwar is not seeking the welfare of the instructors on grounds that there are few individuals at the institution who their salaries have been increasing over the period, and while other people are still making below 300 and 250 despite the kind of qualification that they have. and then other people who don't have similar qualification, they are making more money than them. So they claim that the president favor other people over them, that led to other people getting increasingly salaries while they are not doing the same to them. They also said that was some of the reasons of their protest action. They also bound the administration from going on the campus, including the president. They said that the Senator should not foot on the campus if he were to force a way to the campus. They threatened that they were going to drag him out of the campus back to Buchanan City. And so the 4 days of go-slow action, non-stop go-slow action, it caused serious embarrassment to learning activities of the students seeking higher education at that institution. Just imagine, you got over 1,000 plus school-going individuals who go there daily basis to do different courses. And so the 4 days actions of those instructors of the institution, banding the administration arm of the institution from going on the campus, they also affected the learning of those students. So it drew the attention of the president pro tempore of the Liberian Senate, Nimba Lawrence, who also is the senator of Grand Bassa County, including other members of the Grand Bassa Legislative Caucus, and some members who came along with Senator Lawrence to address this issue that the teachers have raised were Honorable Matthew Fairplay Joe, who is the direct lawmaker of electoral district number 3. You got the election of Senator Milton Bessinger Finley, who and Senator Laura have been in a very long political battle for some period, but they have reconciled their differences, and it was so good seeing it together over the weekend to come and settle the long-standing dispute.
Has it been settled, King?
According to Mana Lawrence, they have settled all their political differences. And
no, not the political differences, the issues surrounding the go-slow action there. You mentioned the entourage of lawmakers making their way to Grand Bassa, but did their presence resolve the situation?
Yeah, the presence at the institution resolved the issue on the surface because they managed to they told the protesters that on the others that Muwao remains the legitimate president of the Grand Bassa University, because they said that since President Joseph Boakai started working, other university presidents are still in their various offices and nobody has stepped down so far because they are procedures and guidelines in removing one president and bringing in another president. And so and they also told them, because the protesters said that the pending graduation that should be held on the 24th of this month, they also said that it was not going to be held under Dr. Muwed leadership because Dr. Muwed, they alleged that he wanted to squander the fees of those prospective graduates.
Wow, they heard him talking about squandering the fees if they pay.
It was some of the allegations they leveled against him. So Senator Lawrence and some of the colleagues, they also said that the graduation will go on and nothing will obstruct the school administration from carry out the graduation of those students who have completed their courses at the institution. So the 24th is the graduation as it stands. And so this money will resolve some of the issues, even from the salary issues. He also said that Ambassador Boga just took over and they cannot promise any instructor that they will increase their salaries. So plus many more, they all agree now to go back to work and to resume normal activity at the institution until otherwise order. Okay. So today I'll also be making my way on the campus to see as to whether normal learning activity have resumed or not. Then I will also let you know about that.
Okay, let me cross over to Yekezi quickly. Yekezi, any question for King?
I think we just go.
Okay. Any other update from Grand Bassa quickly, aside faculty members of the Grand Bassa University protesting the unfair wages being received, the serious disparity in wage gap there, and other issues that led to faculty members staging a protest for 4 long days. Any other thing?
But just to come in line finally, the use of we territory district there in electoral district number 4, Grand Bassa County, have threatened to stage a peaceful protest against Asla Metal, Liberia.
Why?
On grounds that they have alleged that the company management headed by the CEO and that about the 3 superintendents from Bon, Nimba, and Grand Bassa County, including the Minister and Deputy Minister of Internal Affairs, the son rather understanding in November of last year that all of the strap mentor that Asla Mental High should be turned over to affected communities so that they can embark on development in their different areas. But according to the group, since the MOU was signed in November, where I have copy in my possession, since it was signed in November up to now, Asla Mental has not lived up to that agreement, and they said that they allege that ArcelorMittal is also in the habit of secretly transporting the straps out of their fence to unknown destinations. So that have led to them threatening to stage protest against the company. They have given the company 7 days ultimatum to ensure that they adhere to the MOU, or else they will block the company operation, specifically to go on the railway, where they will stage protests against the company. So the former superintendent of the county, Ellie Levi Williams, who succeeded Dante Gagbert, he said that, in fact, he acknowledged that it was the administration when they signed the agreement, but he said that it baffles him that while ArcelorMittal up to now, something that a CEO signed to, they have not fulfilled their obligation with the community. So he called on the company management to ensure that they fulfilled their obligation to the community to prevent further action from those aggrieved community members.
Okay.
And so we are yet to hear from ArcelorMittal or communication department on that note, but this is what happened in Electoral District number 4 as we speak, Damo.
All right, King. So we love the number of the superintendents as well as the leader of the youth there in we statutory district, so that we can have a direct conversation with them as well. Any question from you, Yakesi?
No, I think we can go over to the next call.
Thank you, King.
Thank you, Damo.
King Brown there reporting live from Grand Bassa County, from one protest to another protest action being hashed there in Grand Bassa. Let's now cross over to Nimba County, where Christopher Fan is one of our correspondents in that county. Once we can get Christopher on the line, he's going to tell us the latest there from Nimba. And from Nimba, we'll make our way across the country to speak to as many correspondents as we can to know what's happening across Liberia. Let's see if we can get Christopher Fan on the line to bring us up to speed with the latest coming out of Nimba County. So once we can get Chris on the line, he's definitely going to bring us the latest. If we cannot get Chris, we'll have to crisscross and move to another county. But let's try again and see if Christopher Fan can report live. Okay, I think we do have Fan on the line. Morning, boss man.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Man, are you sounding like you're in some kind of echo area? Where you hiding to?
Yeah, so we came to our usual spot. And as you can be aware, our usual spot, the woman is starting in the morning, so we came to the VIP session.
Like the VIP session sounding like you need some calabash. But how is Nimba, Chris?
Yeah, Nimba is okay. Nimba is very kind. We just here except for star information that we're getting this morning.
You talk about favorite spot. You talk about thing being really early in the morning. Your boy, I guess the year is swallowing spit.
Yeah, you're on your own, man.
Anyway, what's happening? You said sad news there from Nimba. What's going on?
Yeah, so we are here to confirm that. We honestly, there's a call on the radio this morning that Nimba County District number 9 representative Honorable Johnson Gueco is dead. So it is unconfirmed this morning. So we're trying to verify it to see whether this information is true. If that is true, then Nimba lost one of the greatest sons of our country.
So it's unconfirmed as of now. It's being reported. We cannot go further than that as you're doing your follow-up. Yek is going to be doing the same, reaching out to sources there in Nimba. These are news and information that you just don't want to rush with until you can confirm what it is. But we're hoping that it doesn't turn out to be what is being said or what is being reported.
It's seriously going to shake Nimba on a very serious note.
Let's skip that a bit and move on to other stories that you've got for us there from Nimba.
Nimba County Immigration, River G County Immigration and Staff Officer with the rank of operation chief of operations, the border patrol unit have been arrested with a huge quantity of popular narcotic substance push in capital Lower Nimba.
Wait, theater. Are you saying that an immigration officer assigned in River G was caught with kush? Huge quantity of kush?
Yes.
All right, take that thing over again because you're reporting. Just break it down.
Like I was saying, a border patrol the River G County assigned immigration officer ranked with the rank of OPS. You know, the border patrol have the operation arm, they have the CO and so on. So the OPS was caught in Capita on February 5th, 2024 with a huge quantity of cooch while transacting with other customers on the street of Capita.
Also, you were transacting with customers.
Yeah, you are transacting with customers in Capita, and the officer named Travis Daly.
After that, so they confiscated.
He's 38 years of age. And so the officer was arrested by some drug enforcement agency when intelligence hit them that this officer was in possession of this harmful substance. He was seen on the street. The main street of Capital, somewhere around if you go into Zurich Road, they have a very wide intersection. They have three different lanes in Capital. One is going to William Doru, the other one is going to Zurich, and the other one is going to the Guindin Belt. And the middle of that area where you found most of those disadvantaged youth. So they call them Zoko. You find it in that part of Capital. So he was seen selling those narcotics. According to the DA report, the kilogram is 70.50 kilogram.
And what's the market value? They were able to quantify and come up with the kilograms. But did they come up with how much is worth that 70 point blah blah kilograms?
No, they never gave out the exact the market value, but they only gave out the kilograms and this immigration.
He was wearing a uniform?
Yes, he was in full uniform.
Jesus.
Oh wow.
I think I sent his photo. I sent a photo to the chat where he was in a full uniform of khaki like.
Emmanuel will pull that picture up quickly and send it to Spoon Newsroom so that we can upload. So you are in a full uniform.
In your full uniform I don't know the uniform they call it something that the suit there with the 10 pocket uniform. So it's where the officer was wearing. You were asking that you were like tracking aliens and non-reader he was selling. So bad lucky for him. One of those that he went to go into our business, the guy was able to set you and call the Liberian drug enforcement agency and say, "Oh, there's an officer like here, like currently transacting business with the Zoko guy."
All right, so just got the picture. Yakezi is going to ask you a question,
yeah.
And then I will try to upload the picture for our viewers to see. Then we'll call the immigration spokesperson as well, Abraham Dolly, to bring us updates concerning this as well. Also, Yakezi?
Yeah, Chris, has it been figured out or determined where he got those substances from? Is it substances that he as an immigration officer, confiscated from maybe passengers or those coming illegally importing drugs in the country? Is something that he himself went for and got and brought into the country?
So according to source, he arrested this substance from aliens and those nationalities or those aliens that sometimes cross the border to come to Liberia. But instead of sending those material over to the rightful authorities, he decided to free the person and then do his own business to enrich himself.
Oh wow!
Information that's surrounding the arrest of this drugs.
What's his name again?
His name is Cyrus Davis.
Oh, you got it already.
Emmanuel David, brother.
All right. So I want to hold you a bit and see if I can contact Abraham Dolly of the Liberian Immigration Service, and then we'll reconnect with you. This is an interesting one.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So Christopher found there reported from Nimba County, where he has reported. Cyrus Davis, right?
Yeah, Cyrus David.
OPS, Border Patrol, OPS there, assigned in River G County. Allegedly, caught in the act of transacting after he had reportedly confiscated Kush. And decided that, look, instead of turning this over to the requisite
I gotta do my own business.
But let's see if we can get Abraham Dolly on the line.
Oh my God.
He is the spokesperson of the Liberia Immigration Service, whether or not they've been aware of, they've been made aware of this. Remember, it happened since the 5th.
Yeah, the 5th
of February.
Of February.
It's been a long
That's
time.
yeah, a couple of weeks now.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago. Let's see if Abraham Dolly can bring us up to speed with what has been done to that officer. Mr. Dolly, permit me to take you on the line for a minute concerning updates quickly. I know it's impromptu. That's why I've not put you on just for a minute. Once you can consent, just say okay, and then I can put you on the radio, sir. Thank you. All right. Good morning.
Good morning, Dan, Diamond, and good morning to the many listeners following the broadcast this morning.
Okay, so we just received news. I'm sure probably you've received that news since that one of your officers, reportedly assigned in River G County, was arrested in Nimba with over 70 kilograms of kush. Is the LIS Central Authority aware of this?
Yes, we are aware of the information. The officers in charge of the Liberia Immigration Service, Captain Bidel Salomon, has instructed the Professional Internal Security Division, that is the PISD, to have the officer disrupt encounter and eventually turn him over for the drugs to the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency for onward prosecution. As you may be aware, this is an issue that we at the Liberia Immigration Service don't bend on, don't harbor individuals that might have the proclivity to bring the institution image to public disrepute. The action of the officers runs contrary to the code of conduct that each and every officer within the scope of the Liberian Immigration Service should be upheld. It also runs contrary to the ethics that govern officers whenever they are assigned in the discharge of his or her responsibility. So as we speak, said officer has been disrobed and he has been turned over to the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency for appropriate action deemed fit in keeping with the law.
Okay. So, Mr. Dolly, I want to know what is the procedure that your officers follow whenever they confiscate, illegal substances of such. What procedure do they follow in turning them over?
No, but then there is the question you are asking. We did not do the arrest as an institution. One of our officers was arrested with the substance.
No, Mr. Dolly, let me refer. Let me just come in a bit. Yakazi wants to know because it's been reported that this officer, Officer Davis, reportedly confiscated this kush from an alien, and instead of turning it over, decided to make a profit. So Yakazi wants to know, and we want to know if an officer of the Immigration Service, arrests anything illegal. What's the procedure they have to follow to make sure it's properly turned over?
The procedure there is, as per the law that creates that created the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency. The Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency is that only body within the length and breadth of Liberia that deals with drugs-related issues. So if an officer of the Liberia Immigration Service arrested an individual with drugs, the first thing he should have done was to report the substance, or probably the individual, to the county commander of the Liberia Immigration Service for onward documentation. Thereafter, said substance or individual will eventually be turned over to the county commander of the Liberian Drugs Enforcement Agency with further documentation. That's
Okay.
the procedure.
Okay. All right, sir. Thank you. We appreciate
You're
it.
welcome. You're welcome.
All right, sir. Thank you. So, Mr. Abraham Dolly there is the spokesperson of the Liberia Immigration Service, confirming, the story as reported by Christopher Fang from Nimba County. That Officer Cyrus
David.
Decided no relation to Emmanuel David. No relation, because whenever I mention the name David, Emmanuel can look at me. No relation to Emmanuel David.
I mean, David, you're all kids, man.
But decided that look, instead of turning it over, he wants to make a profit.
Yeah.
And to be brave, to wear his uniform, to go out there in his uniform,
just acting,
disrespecting the seal and the flag of our country without no remorse or regard, and go start selling kush. And
selling
kush, saying retail
during the day on the street.
This is scary.
It's actually scary, and it's concerning, and it kind of worries some of us. How can this fight against drug in the country be minimized? It cannot be eliminated, absolutely, but how can it be minimized when you have an immigration officer confiscating drugs instead of turning it over to the LDA personnel in the county or in a particular location? They decide to say, let me go make profit out of this thing.
And this is not the first time. We also had an incident a couple of years ago in Grand Crew County where some officers of the LDA confiscated drugs and decided to go and sell it themselves, to resell the drugs, and they were arrested and discharged from the service. So again, the question is, as you asked, how do we minimize this thing? So I think it's not just about the issue of rehabilitation.
Yeah.
There should be serious punishment. And we should go after not just the end users. I see them as victims. We should go after the importers. There should be deterrent measures. Not this whole thing of let you forget it. No, people go into the security for so many reasons. This is not an isolated case here. This is just one of these cases that have been caught.
Of course.
But there are a lot of law enforcement officers, whether any other security apparatus, they involved in the illicit sale and trafficking of narcotics in our country.
Yeah, and that is why a lot of people in the public even have doubt or are skeptical about whether if the LDA officers, confiscate the drugs and claim that they're going burning, whether that's the actual quantity they can carry to go burn. Because the skepticism is there, that some of them are dealing that business. So to just let go or burn everything absolutely, a lot of people get skeptical about that.
Yeah, that's why we need a robust monitoring and evaluation system, a very robust deterrent measure, not just to civilians, but those who are donning the uniform, who should be more disciplined, involved in these acts. This thing, I think that it can only be minimized, as you said, and it should be something that should send the shiver down the spines of individuals. There should be a very rigorous, as I said, monitoring, evaluation, reporting system so that these things can be brought to light. Had a dissatisfied customer now reported this guy, who would have probably gone on to sell.
Of course. Who knows how many times he's done that? How many times he's been doing it? They said 99 days for row 1 day for master. He's probably been doing it multiple times. It was unfortunately cut. But you guys see how the man look at his soft sale? Like, what did my hands?
We commend the LIS though, but the question is, why always the LIS? Remember the video of the drunken immigration officer? Remember that video?
Yeah.
On board the bus?
Yeah.
And that guy who was doing the recording was a very annoying guy. Said, look at him. Look at security. Look at.
Yeah, so that's it. And it's just in Nimba County, there's an information from Ganta that one of the hospitals there,
is not operating. The Ganta Methodist Hospital. I got an information there from a local journalist that the hospital has been down for days now due to financial constraints. Some of the equipment are down. Hmm? Yes, of course. Hopefully, I'm going to, but it's going to be a long, because only Friday, so far I can go over there. Yeah. So and that hospital is a very very important hospital. It's been the only hospital there all along, except for the hospital that was built in recent time by the current vice president of the Republic of Liberia, Jeremiah Cohen, then turned over to the government. The Ganta United Methodist Hospital has been, the only hospital in Ganta there, catering to the health needs of a lot of Liberians, people from even neighboring Guinea. They come to Liberia to use that hospital. So if that hospital is down, then I think it calls for concern. And you know how populous Ganta is. There are a lot of people in Ganta, and I want to believe the Jeremiah Kpankun Hospital may not be enough to cater to the health needs of everybody there in my county. So yes, like you said, I'm going to see how best I can travel there to know what's going on with the Ganta United Methodist Hospital.
Thank you. So Christopher Fan, watching as well, has said yes. There's been a go slow action for 2 days now at that hospital. So again, verifying, but you can go there, do your proper groundworks, and talk to the administrators and let's know what's really happening to that hospital there in Nimba County. So before we open the phone lines again, remember you have to do the draw for the radio game. Keep playing *791 hash. That is the code. Lone Star Cell MTN subscribers. All you need to do is to dial *791 hash, and once you've done that, you go to Spoon FM number 3. Play with 100 LD or 70 cents United States dollars, so that you stand a chance of winning 2,500 Liberian dollars. 20 winners to be drawn today, as stated by Yekezi. You can be amongst the lucky 20. This is a raffle draw. It's not something that we have control over. No, it's an automated system. But the more you play, the better your chances of winning as well. This is the Today Show on Spoon 107.5 FM. We'll take go to Grand Bassa and Nimba. Due to time that we have to take the raffle draw, and we'll also have to take more calls from our viewers and listeners across the country. We will stop cutting across Liberia for now and talk about a few issues of national concern for a minute, and we'll move on. So what's going on with LEC? That is the question. How far is the investigation? The House of Representatives has also opened an investigation into the LEC to know what's happening, contracts and deals signed, and what's going on. LEC of recent, the administrator of the LEC page on Facebook has been quite busy.
You're not seeing the guy photo yet?
The administrator has been quite busy on the LEC page, coming up with updates, back-to-back updates, that after 34 to 35 years, they finally connected the EBK barracks. That LEC has spent $2 million United States dollars on repairing generators at their Bush Road plant and all of these things. But Liberians have heard, we have heard, we're tired. What is going on? What is the long-lasting solution to this energy crisis that we faced with? And why is it we haven't made significant strides and gains in making sure that our country can experience somewhat of stable electricity that we can experience somewhat of stable electricity? This morning, prior to coming to work, the light was switched on for about 30 minutes.
Okay, that is.
I just press your clothes. I won't go press your clothes. It comes on for at least 30 minutes. You iron your clothes, you run to work. What is going on with LEC? Liberians, businesses are losing.
Yeah, seriously.
People are losing. You buy your food items, you put them in your fridge because the light is not stable. They get spoiled. People complain, and there is this issue of whether Captain will stay or Captain will go. But is Captain really the problem at LEC? That's the issue.
Yeah, I mean, if you're at the helm of a particular institution and you've been there for a very long time, and there's a long-lasting problem, at that institution under your regime, and that problem does not seem to be, ending, or there's no, lasting solution that under your administration it's been found towards or to resolve that problem. Then for me, I think it's just necessary that you leave from there.
Mm.
It's just necessary that you leave from
But
there, because looking at the kind of funding,
Mm.
uh, you could say maybe the Katem can stay because probably there have been no funding there to LEC, to resolve some of their problems. But LEC is one institution in this country that we all know that has been heavily funded
Mm.
by
By
donors.
donors. Mhm.
Yeah, but
And they do
what is
make a lot
happening?
of money.
They do make a lot of money besides the donor funding. They do
Well,
make a lot of money.
Let's look at the long-lasting solution, other than the quick fixes that we see. What I can say to those updates coming from the LEC page, especially that we spent 2 million to repair generators, and we will go with it. And the person was smart in not saying uninterrupted power supply. They said we spent 2 million, and we are supplying power.
Mm.
You could supply power for 30 minutes, that's supplying power.
Of
You can
course.
supply power for 5 minutes, that's supplying power. But let's look at what are some of these solutions to our long-standing problem. One is just privatization. Let there be a competition. Open this thing up. Apart from renewable energy, there should be this issue of privatization, Yekezi. It's clear that LEC, as you can see, the fact that we have the West African power pool there in Kanta, in Grenji there, and other places, taking current from the Cote d'Ivoire, that shows you that LEC does not have the capacity to take care of the entire
country. They can't really take care of Montserrat country.
Look, my man, open this thing up. We already have the LERC, the Liberia Energy Regulatory Commission, right?
Yeah.
They set the scale, the ground rules, as to which companies can bid to harness energy and distribute. If you have these things happening, and LEC or the LERC is more of a regulatory body, and LEC is in competition with this and that, the tariff limit, what can be the tariffs, how high tariffs should go per kilowatt hours, and all of these things. And you have private companies paying their taxes to government and employing a lot of Liberians. You have a win-win situation. But is there the political will to do so? Why is the government wanting to sit over this thing with a public utility company, LEC, that is incapable of doing so? We have seen this has been tested and proven. Look at Jungle Power in Nimba. They do their best every Saturday to do maintenance.
Yeah.
Because they're working based on profit. They need to make the money to be able to pay their employees, turn a profit, and pay for the wholesale current that they get. Let's look at renewable energy as well. I remember during the time the Rabat International Airport had that issue of consistent outages. I remember then Minister of State Nathaniel McGill came up and said, the government allotted money, we're going to solar farm, we're looking into putting solar farm at the RIA and blah, 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 and all kind of thing. All that thing are flat. Current can still go to the airport. We need to do away with this quick fix. Let's come on the radio and give something that will be nice for our people to listen to and actually do the work. There's a lot to generate from having stable electricity in your country, Yekezi.
Of course.
If you have stable electricity, you have manufacturing plants coming to your country.
Of course.
You have industrial zones. You encourage and say, look, come to Liberia, come and manufacture your goods. We have the labor market and everything. We want that made in Liberia brand. There will be a quota for the local market. You export the rest. But it's being produced in Liberia. Because you have stable electricity that companies can afford. But if I'm to come and run HFO generators and spend and use almost 300 gallons of fuel every day, what is going to encourage me to come?
Nothing. You wouldn't make profit
You
because
wouldn't make any profit. Look at somebody that's selling sour milk. Because the electricity is not stable, they lose.
they lose.
That person can employ 3 to 5 persons. That's employment.
Yeah.
That's empowerment.
And it's actually strangulating our local business as well, because a lot of them depend on LEC solely and wholly, to operate their businesses. So once LEC doesn't come, it means they will not sell for that day or the following day. Like most times I go, in the community to buy cold water. And when I go there, they say, oh, no cold water.
No cold water.
No cold water. LEC didn't come.
Just the luxury of drinking cold water.
Yeah.
You able to.
LEC didn't come. And so that person should be making business, should be making profit from cold water, but they're not making profit from cold water.
And the criminal rate again, because most of the communities are dark, very, very dark.
Yeah.
And I was born and let darkness.
Of course.
It's bad. So yes, we're looking at Captain. Captain get a solar panel to your home and get a generator, always on current off and get current. Yeah, but doing away from Captain as a country, we should do away from quick fixes and start looking at long-lasting, sustainable solutions. People can be coming to our country in the airport making announcements, current can go, and we're working on our primary, our secondary, and solar power, we get a problem. It makes the person afraid to even come to the country. Look, we're too old as a country to not get these things right. If the government not able to put the load down, create a healthy competition, let private electricity and energy companies come. Just regulate that they can't exploit our people. We get so many water sources. We want to waste it. Look at the shoreline that we have, the coastal line. People bring their windmills and mount them in the sea to harness wind energy, set up their distribution points, and start giving current. What kind of country as old as we are on current go, ooh, current can
Everybody celebrating the community.
I don't need to even know a current can. Because I will know from the noise in my community. They don't bring it.
Oh my God. Like a friend of mine from Guinea. She resided in Guinea for a couple of years. So when she returned to Liberia, she and I were having a chit chat. And she was talking about the electricity, issue in Guinea, how stable it is. And she said she was surprised that when she came to Liberia, when current come on, everybody gotta be shouting, "Oh, current, current." Yeah. In this age. Yeah.
Ooh, they don't carry on, hey, they don't bring it. And we're proud of that. JMB said it's not business as usual. If it is not business as usual, let's start thinking outside the box.
Yeah, outside the box.
And see how best we can resolve these things. Look, the solutions are there. Why do we have road problems? When you can harness money from toll booths. Why do we have road problems? When you can give out contracts to companies and say, look, construct the Medina to Rawalspur Highway. It's given to you for 20 years. You establish 2 to 3 toll booths along that road, and you collect your revenue in connection with the government during this period, so we can know how much you're making, how much you're collecting, and after that, you turn our road over to us. The country wins. You have a good road network to keep out. Goods and services can be transported. You didn't have to spend a dime. It's a win-win. Solutions. Whole country traffic light to see traffic light a problem.
Well, we're just talking about that this morning. I think the only traffic light I can remember right now in Liberia at 20th Street,
Yeah, only 20th Street.
I think only 20th Street traffic lights over. I can remember right now. All the other traffic lights are down. Can you imagine?
Traffic light. in our country. We still struggling. Yeah, guys, I think it's time for you to do your draw.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you
draw a winner, right?
Yeah, you just want to refresh, or let's take a break, quick, and come back.
Yeah, while we're taking a break, let me just refresh this. We can go to the phone lines quickly. We wanted to talk about so many other things happening in our country, but our solutions should be available to us. Um, our solutions should be available to us, and we should start taking advantage of these solutions. Let's start thinking outside of the box. Let's look at how other countries have been able to do that. What can we do, make them unique to our situation in our country, and see how best we can start progressing. All these things about no current, no current. You can discourage people from coming to the country. Yeah, somebody won't come and say, the heat in our place, the way you're complaining, it's too much. We need to do away from all of these things now and start looking at the solutions. You gear it up and monitor it. Or if you don't want to give it out 100%, you can do a public-private cooperation partnership. The government has shares in these companies and say, look, since you come into work in our country to harness and distribute energy, we want 10% shares, apart from the 10 to 20 or 30% shares, apart from the taxes that you'll be paying us directly and indirectly from the employment. If it's not business as usual, we shouldn't be looking at business as usual solutions. We should start looking outside of the box. Let's go to the phone lines quickly, take a few calls, and we'll wrap up for today. 0777 771075 0555 101075. Those are the numbers to call quickly. What's on your mind concerning what we've discussed, the issue of electricity? How can we do away with this issue of outages in our country? Also reported from Nimba, LDA officer, or should I say a former LDA officer, because
he's been disrobed. So he's former
act of selling kush. Yes, over 70 kilograms of kush caught in his possession. Officer Cyrus Davis caught there with kush and other issues of national concern as well. PYJ met with GMB. Said the Pape has already told him that, look, I don't forget about you, I don't forget about Nimba, play your low. Yeah. That plenty preaching that you're doing, play your low on that thing. Yeah, we'll try to make things happen.
Something important happened. Yes, and I'm important, I would say, but funny. Did you see the picture of Prophet Key?
Which one, the shoe or the picture? Which one? Because I saw the shoe.
At Prince Johnson's church.
I didn't know he attended Prince Johnson.
Oh, the mayor was there. There's a picture of the mayor, standing on the pulpit and even making remarks and all of that, and that was interesting to see.
Was he making remarks?
Yeah.
Or he was praying? Because
I learned that I learned that he was called upon to do either a remark or vote of thanks, something he was called up to do, and he was given the full pulpit, and but I didn't know that he and Prince Johnson will have that kind of relationship. Based on some of the things that he said to him at times on his show. Yeah, but that was interesting.
Okay. All right. So sadly, we are out of time. Yeah, we wanted to take many calls as possible, but again, we will do a better presentation of the show on tomorrow. Put all of our thoughts together. But again, if we cannot handle it, we can be the regulators and make sure our people stand to benefit. This issue of outages and unstable electricity should be a thing of the past. You can see your parting comments.
Yes. So thanks to everybody. Thanks to all of you out there for always listening to the show, for always following the show, and for those of you who played the Spoon 175 Mega Delicate Splash, you are going to have your alerts. All right. So 20 persons won this morning, and of course, Dama has already joined the winners. So you're going to get your alerts. So until tomorrow, have yourself a pleasant day.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for watching. We'll have to give time for announcements as well on this station. The Today Show returns on tomorrow. Yekezi and the rest of the guys are definitely going to present to you. Have yourselves a wonderful day. Remember, Swan Current can charge your phone. Swan Current can charge your phone. And power bank.